Alright, great hand. Need to find a black card, ideally my top card, if not in my second top 2, top 3. Alright, still on a fetch turn 1 to fin the deck. Sure. Warum nicht? Alright, I'll take a force. Because there's some dirty main deck chalice. Ragsy Boy. Ragsy Boy is not the biggest deal. Huh. Interesting. So if they have counterspell mana up, I'd like to find a black card. I guess I'll just take Curator in my hand. Ragavan shouldn't do too much. Ragavan is mostly annoying when they have multiple counterspells and lets them play multiple counterspells. I think people have slightly moved away from Spell Pierce and more towards more counterspells. Alright, does perfect. Now we're hoping they don't have double counterspell, or else I'm gonna need to be in trouble. I have to find an outburst. Alright, they're doing that so that at least they get a Surveil trigger, I guess. Try and get lucky and bin a creature. I know some people have been playing Force of Negation too. So we're not totally out of the woods. But what can you do? Some lists play 1 or 2. Alright, Murktide, Consider on the... Oh yeah, to get Consider over Opt. It's true. Alright, so let's see, where can I find a recent list? I guess I could look them up. Saddleback, Legak, MTGO. Do they have a recent finish with, no? What do people play these days? Murktide's not as popular. Alright, so you want Dispute, you want Endurance, you probably want Prismari Command because they're gonna have Chalice and whatnot. And I think you want Chewer just because their hate card are gonna be the artifacts. I don't think you want Subtlety. What do I usually board out in this matchup though? Oh yeah, this is the deck where I end up boarding down to like 62 cards every other round because I have no idea what to cut. Could maybe cut one Street Wraith. Could cut the Sunken Runes on the draw. I think you need all the Force and most of the Griefs at least. I'll cut a Grief. I think Brazen Bar is good. Maybe I don't need Chewer. Maybe just command in 2 bars to wait. No, they're gonna have Chalice and stuff. They're gonna have... I need to not be too... I mean, free card, it's always so hard to sideboard with this deck. I think Riverwinder. I mean, you gotta cut some cycling cards, I guess. I think you need all your Cascade cards. What's better? Grief. Force is better against Chalice. Grief is better to back up your Living In and to bring back. I should have just cut that Dispute, I think. I should not cut Brazen Bar. Well, at least I have 60 cards. Nice hand with no cycling turn one. Yes, it's not that bad. Waker into endurance. Chalice or not? No chalice. Okay. Alright, no point in main phase cycling since I don't have a grave. And they could also have Soul God Lantern in their deck. Like, I think best case scenario is they only have a few extra counters and a couple Soul God Lantern. And the worst case scenario is they have that plus a couple Chalice of the Void. We made it 60 card, yeah. I'm honestly not sure it was worth it. It doesn't seem like the worst deck to have more than 60 just because you have 8 Cascade cards and you don't really need a full 8 like you don't, it's not a deck where there's a card you absolutely need to draw. And would I ever force an iteration? Not without burst in hand. I'll update the deck list. I'll update the deck list up to the round. So am I supposed to get basic forest here? Does that make sense? I think so. I don't need more shock lands. Alright, very nice. I have a Waker and Architect. They have a Murktide. If I play Endurance now, no, it's bad, I think. What I could do is Shardless Agent. And if they get fancy and let it resolve, please have a 2/2 for Ragavan. It makes them have I have a lot of options. So I can Shardless Agent, and then if they counter the Living End, I still get a 2/2 to block Ragavan, which is kind of nice. Or I can say go, Endurance in their upkeep, fight over it, and untap Shardless Agent. Like, Ironers kind of owns them. I guess if they have Unholy Heat, still pretty good. Slows them down a bit. What else can I do? I can just Outburst right away. I think I like Endurance in the upkeep, but I could be wrong. Or maybe I'll let them draw. I'll let them attack. Because maybe if I play Endurance, then they don't counter it. I'll give them their draw step. I don't think it makes a big difference. Oh wow. Maybe they just have Unholy Heat and they don't want to waste a counter spell on Endurance. But if I fight over Endurance, I kind of force them to fight over it. It's really bad if they have another Unholy Heat though, so I don't think I should do that. I just kind of get wrecked if they have another Unholy Heat. And I reset a little bit the damage. Yeah. Has an Outburst better? I think they could have double counter spell after sideboard. It's not totally oh wow, they can play their own Endurance. That was a bit unlucky. It's like, I think it's like the only card in my deck that does something for them. That's kind of gross. I guess I can bounce it. Not the worst. That was a little unlucky, I think. Won't feel bad. What am I at? 10? Do it now in case I have spell pierce. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I wish I had just gone for Outburst. Maybe that was just super fancy. Just, yeah, I had Outburst, Force, Untap, Shardless. I don't know. Sometimes I take these lines. I like, instead of keeping it simple. They could have double Lightning Bolt. If they still have Unholy Heat in their deck, probably means they still have all their Lightning Bolts. So I can still Outburst, right? But I should fight over it. Like I care. They might not fight over. They might not fight back though. What do I pitch? What do I pitch? Wake First is bad against Spell Pierce, is my problem. Actually, let's see what this Surveil does. Probably is my Force not gonna draw a counter, I doubt it. I don't know why I would, honestly. I think they're just happy to get a Force out of my hand. Huh, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of cheeky. Alright, now it's to Spell Pierce, but I think it's more likely to have Counterspell than Spell Pierce. Oh, I don't have red mana anymore. Whoops. That's dumb. Alright, this game kind of turned into a... Let's say this game became interesting. Oh, and I played into their counterspell? What am I doing? Had my coffee too. Oh well. Kind of a throw. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't just Outburst, Untap, Shardless Sage, and that was just way too fancy. Figured out time. I don't know how I ever resolve an Outburst, honestly. Does it have Lightning Bolt in hand? Oh. Kind of good news they have all these Unholy Heats, because you assume that's their worst card against me. Unless they value Unholy Heat higher than Lightning Bolt, which is possible. Alright, that's pretty lucky. Probably not enough though. They probably have double Counterspell at that point. You know, what else do they have? They haven't even been making their land drops. Oh, maybe not. Maybe a Flusterstorm? It's not getting better anyways. Yeah. Courtesy of me, I'm not even asking for anyone's channel points, Murph. Alright, looks like I get one more draw step. Oh no, I don't. Alright, that was nicely thrown game by me. I had everything I needed and still I blew it. I guess I got pretty unlucky with that endurance thingy too. I think Risen Bar is really good against them. Alright, I'm just not gonna do the Chewer because we saw Flusterstorm, no artifact so far. I'm a bit worried that I'm cheating on lands and everything here. I think I need some more cycling cards. I said dispute. I didn't necessarily want. Dispute's pretty good against them. But I gotta choose. Sunken River is the only way to hardcast Grave, yeah. This is not really a hardcasting Grave matchup though, I don't think so. Dispute's really good against Counterspell and Charm. Dispute is really good against them. I guess I could just not do Endurance, but that card puts them in rough spots, I think. Forces them to tap out and whatnot. They have Blood Moon too. Could just not do any Riverwinder. I guess you don't need that many creatures in the matchup. Just do something like that, just max interaction. I never do that, but maybe I should. Maybe that's just the way to go. That's why I always end up with 61, 62 cards, because I don't want to cut cycling cards. Oh man, throw game 2 and it's a pretty good hand at least. Question is, do I keep Endurance? I think I'm gonna keep Brazen Bar. I don't have creatures, so I need to draw Wake Up Wave. Oh man, what a tilt. What a freaking tilt. And they have Ragavan turn on. Yeah, it's pretty painful. Now we have to bid on a Blood Moon. Yeah, well, with max tilt this first round, and they kept on top, I'm probably gonna get Blood Mooned. I can't believe I do that every now and then. The deck just gives me a perfect hand, and then I just decide not to use my cards. Just totally incomprehensible. So if I Charless here, they kind of have to counter it, and I get a blocker. But then they get a lot of cards in their yards. They have 5 cards. If not, I can go cycle, take a bunch of damage. There's no more taxing their mana. I have all these treasure tokens. I mean, there's still a bit of a tax element, but not much. I guess I can hardcast the Curator next turn. Maybe they don't have a counter spell. KW. Resolves. Feels like a good sign for me if they're using Dispute here. That they're not using counterspell, right? No, that's not true actually. You would maybe use Dispute there even if you had counterspell. They're using the Clunk here? Yeah, but they use a treasure token for it. So, I don't know if that makes sense. And Dispute's better against Force of Negation backup. Seems worse to use Dispute there than Counterspell if you have it. Alright, Grief would be nice. Force would be nice. Land's not the worst. F4 cards. It's kind of tempting to play Curator here. Also tempting to play Outburst. I think I'm gonna have time for Curator. How much is Flusterstorm? One spell, it's like minimum 3 mana. So it's going to be a hard counter for the rest of the game. Playing Curator is really bad if they have Unholy Heat. I think playing Curator is pretty bad. Yeah, cycling for Grief. Play Outburst now, I force them to... So they didn't even sack Bubble on their turn, right? Which means they have a pretty good hand. So I guess I should just say go. I'm assuming they just have double interaction spells. Upkeeping Outburst pretty terrible. They obviously have a counter spell in hand if they didn't cycle on their turn. That's 4. I guess I should have kept the black card because I'm going to cycle this. That's bad. I think I'm probably pretty dead. Too many... My fruited game I could win. Man, I'm so mad. Man, mulligan to 5-2, like... Dude, I hate it. It's the worst part. I mean, I like playing the challenges, but losing the first round, losing like that. Oh well. Juggernaut, as in a juggernaut? Yikes. Well, I guess I didn't have a blue cycling card, so I couldn't really keep. I might keep, actually. Now I'm on the play. Not bad. Not bad at all. Argalion, thank you so much for the mulligan to 4. Thank you so much for the resub. The real money resub. Tier 1. 11 months, appreciate it. Am I supposed to grieve them when they mulligan to 4? Probably should, right? They might be Tron and have like a map or something. Chromatic Sphere and Sylvan's Crying, and they have 2 Tron pieces. They only have like 4 sources of green, right? But they also have a lot of... I feel like Chromatic Sphere, right? Alright, and then draw another sphere right up the top. That's pretty good. Play Relic main deck sometimes. I don't want to fetch quite yet because I have what? I have a Living End and a land at the bottom. Was that the one I saw? Oh. Alright, hit me dealer. Alright, not bad. Oh, I really drew absolute nothing. Alright, now I should fetch because I'm thinning 2 cards, so it makes up for the 2 bad cards at the bottom. I think I need to counter that. Good, draws them a card, unlock Tron. Yeah. So I don't think they can win, right? Is Architect still bugged? I'm gonna assume it's still bugged. Does anyone know for a fact though? Alright, I think Chewer on the play is good. What are they gonna have? What's the bug? When you target them, they get to choose the... They get to choose. What's the name of my opponent? Yugonut. They don't have Tron results. Alright, what's not good? Why would it not have Chalice? It makes sense for their deck to have Chalice. They're gonna have Chalice and Relics. Definitely want Force. Definitely want Chewer. Probably want Foundation Breaker for Smari Command. Is Brazen Bar any good? Not really. I mean, it's good against Chalice, but we don't know for a fact they have Chalice. The thing is, Bar pitches to force some negation. Maybe I don't want Breaker. I guess I keep in Brazen Bar. I bring in these 2. Subtlety's kind of cool against the Planeswalker and whatnot, but I think I need to be a bit worried about Oblivion Stone. This may be a matchup where you can board out. Definitely a matchup where you can board out Sunken Runes. Could be one of these matchups where you can board out an Outburst, but I guess if I'm cutting cycling cards, I don't want to cut. Plus Charlotte's Agent pitches to the blue cards. I'm going to do at least one Subtlety. Do I want Foundation Breaker? Bar over Salty? Well, I'm worried about Chalice, but I don't know if they play Chalice. I'll go... I'll cut Free Riverwinder. Maybe Riverwinder is better than Creator of Mysteries in this matchup, just because it hits harder. This sounds fine. Waker makes up for the fact that I have very few cycling cards. I kept 7 cards this time. I don't think I can afford to fight over Stirrings here. Just not reasonable. Karn the Great Creator. Ding dong. Easy game. Man, it makes me even more mad that I punted round 1. Karn, Stirrings, Tron. Definitely don't want to take Grief the first time. I mean, I should just take Karn, right? Again, take Ulamog on the way back. I should play Spire Bluff Canal. So Ulamog is a problem? No, I'm gonna get it with Grief. We get that on the way back with Grave. We have a second one. Oh, relic. They found the relic actually. Alright, I'm not going to cycle right away. I could draw another Grave. That'd be the nuts. That's pretty good too. Alright, I should fetch first. Get basic forest, why not? Cycle, blue card. Haha, wrong order. Alright, hopefully that's good enough. Do I lose if they have a second Ulamog? Architect's still bugged, right? I'm gonna assume yes. Alright, I just have Ulamog. I want to draw the blue card, right? Griefing when they're top deck mode makes no sense. Oh yeah, right, you have to look first. Kind of unfortunate. It'd be GG if Architect wasn't bugged here. Now to get like one out top deck Oblivion Stone or Ulamog or something. Dude, it's actually so tilting to lose like that. I mean, I haven't lost yet. My hand's still pretty good. Refund? No, I don't think I'm entitled to a refund when I know that the card is bugged. People have actually been getting banned for trying to abuse the refund thing. I don't know the details, so I don't know on which side I am. I mean, obviously it's ridiculous it's not fixed by now, but I also feel like maybe you get a refund once and that's it, and then it's on you to not play the deck if... I don't know. They tweeted about it, the people who got banned, and they made it sound like they were like big victims, but I don't know. I don't know the details. I'm still okay. I need to draw Cascade cards in my before they draw something good, I guess. I don't know, I guess I don't want to counter that, right? I thought it was... Wait. Where did the Wormcoil go? They bought a Wormcoil? And they... Lair of the Hydra. That one-shots me? 4, 10... 3, 6, 9, 13. Wow. Easy clap. How'd you bottom Wormcoil there? What the hell? That can't be right. There's no way. How did he deal with Ulamog from yard? I don't know. Just attack them and kill them. I did forget there was a Ulamog in the yard. Plus the Ulamog's only a 9/10. Do I want Brazy B or do I want something else for some reason? So if they block the big one, they take 5, 8, 10 free. So I have lethal on board. So it means they have to top deck something. Let's see. If they top deck an Ugin, they top deck an Oblivion Stone. I want Outburst on top. If they top deck an Ugin, I think either way I want Outburst on top, honestly, more than I want Brazen Borer. Brazen Borer is good against Wormcall Engine though. Can I beat an Ugin? I think Brazen Borer is better. Because Brazen Borer lets me beat Wormcall. It lets me beat 7 mana Karn. Oh no, it doesn't because they have Sanctum. 7 mana, sack Sanctum. Alright, I think I want Brazen Borer on top. Oh, it's gonna get exiled. Not if they don't attack. Alright, they didn't do it again. Nice. Man, I've been playing with the bug, and it's the first time where I feel I really lost to the bug. Or I guess I didn't lose, but I almost lost to the bug. Alright, chat, it's time for some Mox coverage. Let's see it. Alright. Oof. 2 lands, a 1 mana cycling card, a Waker. Kind of an interesting hand. You're on the play. Alright, I guess I'll keep. Alright, we got step 1. Yeah, DevoCam says CFD Pro is great if you have a paper habit like I do because your whole monthly payment goes to store credit. Yeah. You basically get CFD Pro for free if you're you're gonna probably spend the money anyways. Alright. Would be nice to find something for Teferi, whether it's grief or some negation. Rip. You're playing Yurion Reanimator. Alright, that's probably... Matchup's pretty tough game 1. But I don't have the Reanimator or the Teferi spell. Maybe it's not GG. Problem is, once they have Archon in their graveyard, you just need so much to overwhelm an Archon. Yeah. I can build a pretty big graveyard though. Might be able to do it this game. And also start casting Creator. They're probably just gonna get even more stuff in the yard. I played this matchup once against Spider Space and I won, but felt like I got pretty lucky. I guess the sideboard games I didn't feel like I was getting that lucky just because I had endurance. And I was kind of playing a fair game with endurance and I mean they were gonna discard it, it was ending anyways. Alright, I guess I should not cycle these Curators of Mysteries. I doubt I can beat them just by casting a bunch of Curator of Mysteries, but I guess I can try. Maybe I should cycle 1. Alright, they just played 4-5 they just played 4-5 flying. I think it's still value to play 1. Just because, what am I even looking for at this point? Just literally fill up my graveyard with so many cards that it can beat double Archon. I don't think that's possible, but I guess I'll try. Would it be crazy to run a Yurion Living End list? Sounds kind of bad to delete your deck. And you have even less value than other people. That's unfortunate. Oh, I get a free Yorion to pitch to force always. Didn't even think about that. Kind of sweet. Actually, I should have cycled waiver, right? Try to hit a force of negation. I could have hardcast. All drifter. They have ephemerate. I think I'm just gonna scoop if they have ephemerate. I think I should probably cycle. I need to get to. I guess I'll take a draw step. My casting creator just doesn't do that much for me. It's alright. I mean, game one's pretty horrendous. Bad luck? Not really. Literally, all they have to do in game one is get an Archon in the graveyard, and then it's incredibly difficult for me to ever win the game. I don't remember how I celebrated last time against Spider Space. Let's see, what makes sense? I removed the one ley line, yeah. Just put a subtlety, I think. So what do I have to worry about? They're gonna have like Chalice? Does Chalice in their deck make sense? They don't have zeros, right? They probably have like Chalice and some Flusterstorms and whatnot. I think I was just trimming, just being pretty low on. Smart Command's never bad. And I think I want all the force, all the counters. Plus for endurance, plus 2 fairy, plus with dispute, plus salty, -4 outburst, -1 living in, -1 grief, -1 force. -4 outburst, straight up. Not sold by Salty? Yeah, I think Salty is good because I think you just beat them by. I'm gonna win games with endurance and Salty. Problem with that plan is that's not super good against Yorion. Salty helps you there. I feel like keeping one grief can't be too bad though. I think the first grief's gotta be somewhat decent. You would cut a force of negation. I don't know if I'm in love with that. Maybe Brazen Bar is not very good against them. Alright, 61, just for you, Mango. Just to celebrate your arrival in chat. One grief in your deck makes it a little awkward with the whole, like, should you cycle on your turn or not? I should have played Breeding Pool untapped. That's kind of bad. A little unlucky. Yeah, someone tell me when the draft is about to start. I might just scoop. I don't think I'm gonna drop though. We're gonna hang out and watch the. Alright, so we have disputes. That's nice. I'm rooting for Logan. I mean, everyone can root for whoever they want to. We're back to every sub alert. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I didn't change anything. Weird. Why did I do that? Might have changed the settings on that. Well, or yellowhat subs, or yellowhat sub songs. And now it's like really loud for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Changed my mic settings. Yeah, I don't know how that affects anything else though. Water Frodo was the hacks. Hey, that's cool with me, honestly. Hack away if you're gonna keep being so generous. Thank you so much for everything, Father Frodo. Now my phone is ringing? It was actually my neighbor. He's lending me something. We need to move something. You know, they call it a dolly, I think, in English. Alright, I didn't want to just bounce it and kill Teferi. I think I need to play more value-driven game, even though playing value-driven against someone with 7 cards in hand is gonna be tricky. Hello? There's been another murder. No one asked for more hellos in chat earlier, but it didn't keep white up. What's that about? I guess the Spider Space version was really bad at playing a value game, but the one with Muldrifter, Ephemerates, and stuff. And Yurion. The old trick here. Wow, that was a great draw. Alright, let's see what's cooking. What's going on here? Oh, the draft has started? Damn it. What was the pick? Why don't you give us the play-by-play, King? Or someone. Picking Teferi over Geddon? I mean, is that close? Or resign to Teferi? Persist, force, counterspell? Ayah! Persist is the one that reanimates. Should I just take Teferi? I could take Counterspell. If I take Counterspell, I can bounce Chalice, go for it, they force it. So that's not great. Or I could take Counterspell, say go, but then they're going to play land, play a second Teferi, and they're going to force some negation mana up. Oh, I don't have Outburst in my hand. I guess I should just take Teferi. Pick 3 Brainstorm, pick 4 Shelldog. Alright, I guess I should just take Teferi. Alright, the good news is I don't have to split my attacks. Oh, they have Teferi. Right, they can do that. I'm bad. Person to the left of Logan already has Ruffalo's Crater Hoof or and Channel. That sounds like up to a great start. Alright, I'm confirmed bad. I mean, it's gotta be better. Like, it's gotta be better than most of the stuff in my deck, right? What was the first pick first pack for Logan? Was it Urza over what? I'm gonna open it on the side so I can follow along. Time Spiral? How did he pick a Time Spiral? Was there absolutely nothing in the pack? That seems not great. Wasteland seems pretty okay as a pick here. Oh, it's Nico Boni? Nico Boni is a old school gamer. I think he has a PT top 8 or 2. So now Logan has a choice between Gideon and Relic Hoarder. Blue's drying out though. Maybe you take Culligan's Command there? It's hard to get mana for Grixis. I guess you take Gideon. Gideon can be okay in some matchups, even in a control deck. Relic Hoarder also okay. What are the chances of Wire? Wire is really bad in his deck, and really bad in general. Ancestral Vision's an okay pickup. But he has the nuts? I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to get the nuts eventually. He doesn't have a 1 mana elf yet. Missing a few things, I would say, but... Oh, he's lapping Finale of Devastation? What did he take over Finale of Devastation? He took the Hoof? Or he took Channel or Rathalos or something? I guess he took something really good, right? What do you think, Chad, about taking Fire Blast if you're Logan and just ditching what you have and just drafting Mono Red, which is probably open? Is like, how late is too late to just switch into Mono Red? Looks like they're gonna persist more Muldrifters. Not a lot of people would dare that on their pressure. It's not about pressure, it's about having done your homework and knowing if it works or not, if you end up with enough playables. So either you know it works or you know it doesn't work, you know? Because the cube is like pretty consistent. There's not a ton of variance for drafting mono red like that. No Hardcast and Archon next turn. Top looks bad. Top's always good. Top's a little underrated. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I still playing this game? Ooh, Mystic Confluence. That's huge. Probably not going to table any of the other good blue cards, though. I don't think my dream of resolving and living in is especially alive. I think this matchup's honestly fine. They just had a really good draw. Old force of will for Logan. He's getting quality in his early picks, but kind of drying out a bit. He's got the key cards though. Mystic Confluence and 5-mana Teferi. That's like some really important cards. Dillion Click's pretty good now over Repeal. Alright. This matchup's tougher. Muldrift or Ephemerate feels like it makes it tougher than the older versions. Alright, finally we can focus on the real content. I had good timing. For me anyways. Alright, Grixis Allied kept track 22 mono-red playables if Logan would have switched at Fireblast and Rishad on port probably. So close, but all but a few of them would have been top tier beat down burn too. Well, yeah, I mean, looks like kind of a train wreck. Like kind of the nuts. I didn't see that a companion. Comrade Yorion. Comrade Solitude. Kind of obnoxious. You have to work for a bigger graveyard. I mean, I have to take endurance, right? They were one under. I mean, they were on the draw. Maybe they know what I'm playing. They're also 1-2, so they might just be off it too, you know. Goose keep. That's what I thought too. I was like, huh? They kept a one-liner. How big a graveyard do I need? Are they gonna have 2 endurance in their main deck when they're playing a Lademery Skull? And do I need more than? Yeah, I probably need to do 1 round of cycling before casting Outburst. I'm not gonna play on my turn because I have Force of Negation, right? Alright, that should be enough to win the game. I guess I could have drawn another endurance. Just alright, so I want Rub Dispute and Subtlety. And they might have Chalice as well. Maybe Prismari Command is good. I don't know if Brazen Bar really does anything. I guess it's good against Chalice. Kind of need all the free spells. Worry about Chalice to Fairy, some counters, Endurance. I think Gray's just too important in your opening hand to cut, but I'm cutting a lot of black cards. Yeah, let's straight up because Curator. I think Riverwinder might just be better against them. Dispute? I want Dispute. The Fairy, that's really important. Yeah, I've never cut Curator before. I might be right. Because of Solitude, you know, maybe 5/5 hexproof's better than 4/4. Good grief. Potentially the nuts. That Ren was no red. Laterum Call and Spreading Seas. Definitely taking call. The question is, do I take Spreading Seas next? Or do I wait a turn for them to cast Spreading Seas? That Spreading Seas, I don't care about it, right? It makes no sense really to do it right away. Alright, I'm gonna do Waker first in case I hit black cards. How many Breeding Pools do I play? I gotta take my... Okay. I just take Ephemerate if they do nothing good in the meantime. Alright, well their hand is trash. You got 2 turns to find a... They don't even have a green card for... Oh no, never mind, they have Ren 6. I was gonna say they don't have a green card for Endurance, but it's just not true. Alright, we dodged the Teferi top deck. Is that really gonna save you if I living end? I guess it could. Hello? I should just do it now, right? Yeah, 2 griefs. Every turn I wait. You turn they draw something good. Alright, actually I should have waited through Solitude. Do get their last card in hand. I can just rebuild a graveyard. So what are they showing in max coverage right now? Just some stats. Alright, I still think my play was right, obviously. Need to dodge Teferi, I think, would be the best card they can draw. The best single card they can draw. I think I just block right away. Oh, they got red mana. Guess I should cycle now in case I only hit lands. Subtlety when I already have force. Let's take the cycling card. Probably it's nice if they get lucky and draw an endurance, but oh well. How many skate card did I board out? None. Alright, round 2. But you know what? I only have 2 living ends in my deck. Wow, that's actually kind of lucky. Did not just draw the second living end. Going down to 2 living ends, kind of playing with fire, especially when you leave 4 griefs in. It's probably just bad, honestly. My reasoning was like, I'm not going to play a game where I need 2 living end twice in this matchup, but I'm not sure that's true, honestly. Fitness. Got too little too late. Emerate. Bad news for you. All right. All right, let's see if Logan can get it done.